The Employment Tax Incentive Act was introduced in January 2014, very necessary for the country. We all know what the statistics are around unemployment of young people in the country is concerned. It's dire, it's a pressing social problem. So the intention of the Act is very good. It proposed to encourage employers to employ young people by taking away some of the expense, by refunding some of the pay-as-you-earn back to the employer, and in that way making it less expensive to employ young people. So the principle of the legislation is both very necessary and very good. However, as things unfolded, the administration, both for payrolls and for SARS, proved to be more complex than what was envisaged. And all sorts of issues were found with the aspects of not working a full month and how do you gross up in the payrolls and the hours that must be applied for those calculations. And this has been a process of change upon change to try and get this smoother. And in my opinion, it is still not working smoothly. And employers are disincentivized from participating because of the administration involved in this whole process. So there have been changes from last year, again to try and make matters better. And part of the changes from last year was to give the Employment Tax Incentive Act another 2 years of life. So it was extended. It would have expired at midnight on the December 31st, 2017. It's now been extended to February 2019 to give it some more time. Treasury did do an investigation around the success of the ETI up to that point in time. The statistics that they had to base their investigation on come from the tax certificates. So that really just says how many employers participated, how much was the employment tax incentive. I remember 2 years ago it was about 6 billion rand, which was given up, which was foregone. It's foregone tax revenue for this purpose, and how many youngsters were appointed. But the question that those statistics doesn't answer is how many of those youngsters would have been appointed anyway without giving up 6 billion rand of tax revenue. And that statistic is not to be found in tax certificates. Anecdotally, people have different opinions, but it seems as though the tax incentive is perhaps not as successful as what they and myself hoped it would be. So the question now, Treasury has said that they will do another investigation before February 2019 to see whether they're going to continue with it. And I doubt whether we'll see something in this year's budget. It's early. Perhaps in next year's budget we might see something about the way forward for ETI. What I would hope from employment tax incentive is to keep it, because the country desperately needs something. Youth unemployment is not going to go away quickly. So what I would hope for is a simplification of the rules to make it easier for everybody, from the employer to the payroll to SARS at the end of the day, to administer and keep control of this process.